I'll make it work. And extra additional strengthening and all those things, it will work.
I'm going to break the mold. Oh, thank you.
Can you top off in front of everyone?
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
It looks like a blind.
I don't mind taking my top off in front of everyone, but then everyone. So what are you checking for there?
So I'm just checking for asymmetries.
Right.
Just trying to look to see if, I mean, how he's standing will give us an idea of what's tight and what's weak a lot of the time. And so as expected, his core isn't really engaged, even with him just standing there.
Right.
And one of the issues, like, can you kind of flare your ribs for a second? So that's the position where your core's like not engaged at all, yeah? And then try to squeeze your butt in that position. Is it a little bit like difficult? Like flare, like kind of arch your back and then squeeze your butt. It's like you can't really feel your bum there.
Not really, a little bit, but not much.
Instead, what I want you to do is tuck your pelvis this way and then try to squeeze your butt from there. You feel it a lot stronger, right? So the pelvic positioning is really important for your ability to squeeze your ass and your hamstrings.
Lazy bum syndrome.
Yeah, and so your lazy bum syndrome isn't necessarily it's lazy, it's that it's just never in the right position. Because your muscles have a specific length that they have an optimal...
So I'm fully stretched out.
Yeah, so they're just a bit too lengthened.
Okay, so I really don't want to...
Yeah, so you want to be almost there, that's it there. And then you can feel, and you probably can feel the ground a bit more as well. Yeah. So just by giving you some activation exercises, we might be able to fix that.
Okay.
Can you give yourself a big hug? And then just rotate to your right.
Oh, that's tight.
And then go to the left.
That's also tight.
But you hit to the left, right?
Yes. So Jesse and I did come off a game yesterday, which is actually really good because this is what it's normally like when I play a lot.
Okay, can you go one more time to the right? And then one more time to the left. Yes. Right. And I don't know whether you can see that on the camera, but see,
this
part
like here is crampy.
Yeah.
It's cramping up.
Yeah. So you mentioned you use the foam roller.
Yes.
Do you use it on this part?
Yes. I actually have the 2 little red balls in the string.
Okay. Nice.
As well. Just,
next, what can I get you to have your arms like just by your sides, and I just want you to slide your hand down the side. And then other side. Can you go to the left one more time?
You're gonna say, how are you even playing golf?
Easier that way?
You hit the ball.
Because you're getting, so see there, you're just getting to about the knee, and then this foot's lifting, and then that side you go all the way past it.
Yeah, easier.
Yeah. So there's probably a little bit of asymmetry in terms of your hips and your inner thigh as well. Yeah. But that's something we can work on. Yeah.
Any little bit,
what's that?
Any limb length difference, do you think?
I guess we'll have to
measure it.
Yeah, I think that's probably something that you have to look at.
Okay.
That's something that we'd work out in terms of, is it like a muscular thing or is one limb longer than the other?
Yeah, is it structural or is it functional?
Since I broke it, I feel like it's structural now.
Yeah, because there's probably just more stiffness there, right?
Yeah, so
and then there's compensation there.
Hard to tell.
Yeah.
It's got a little bit of cervical lordosis, a little bit here, and then a little bit of hunching as well.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this would be the ideal posture, right? A bit more yeah. But for me to live like this, it's just
it's a little bit strange.
So remember how we talked about the core?
Yes.
So this is called quad breathing, okay? So you're going to go on your hands and knees.
Yeah.
Your hands are under your shoulders directly, and your knees are under your hips directly. From here, the first thing I'm going to do is round my back, kind of like a cat, and then I'm going to lean forward. Okay, the first thing you're going to notice is you're going to start shaking at the core already just from doing this. Right?
Okay.
From here, I'm going to breathe in through my nose, and you see my back pushing away from the ground, my ribs expanding, and then I breathe out through my mouth, and I maintain that position. And you can see I'm already shaking. Okay. Your body's instinct is going to want to sag back down into that. That's it, perfect. And then from there, are you feeling your core shake already?
Yes, a little bit.
In through your nose, and then out through your mouth. That's it. In through your nose and expand, and then out through your mouth. And you go 3 more. Try to draw out the breath. Perfect. 1 more.
What are you looking for in terms of better?
So in terms of technique,
that should feel really good.
And you feel hot after that, you're gonna feel like your temperature rose. So in terms of technique, we're looking for the ribs to be expanding at the back and his core not disengaging. Because what we noticed before is when he's standing, his ribs were he was extended at his upper back, so that caused his ribs to flare.
Right.
And then what that causes is an anterior pelvic tilt, which you saw that makes it hard to tense your butt.
Just sort of interrupt, but
yeah, go for it.
Because I'm feeling less like that already.
Yeah, and just by activating,
I feel more rotated.
Yeah, and then you'll feel from there like you're less locked down on the knees.
Yeah,
and your butt, you feel like your glutes and hamstrings can engage.
Wow, that's actually interesting you said it, because I was going, I'm not locking out my knees.
Yeah.
Before I was standing like this, now I'm actually crack.
So if you do this like 2 sets of 5 breaths before your whatever game that you play,
2 sets of 5.
Yeah, just 2 sets of 5 breaths, because that was probably pretty fatiguing just by doing that, right?
It was okay.
Like by the end of it, you were like, I'm probably done.
Yes.
Like,
getting close to
it. And you're getting hot as well.
Getting warm, yeah.
Yeah, so if you add that to your warm-up...
Is that all that's required? 2 sets of 5 of it per...
just before
each activity?
Yeah, I mean, the more you do it, the better.
Right.
But what I found, like, if I do that as a warm-up, even before a run, I'll run better just by doing that. Because it means that your core... It just means you're going from a relaxed core to a tense core.
So they are actually just simple hacks.
Yeah, simple hacks.
And
what you'll find is that when you're training and moving, you are strengthening your core just by doing the activities that you do. However, if you haven't activated your core prior to that, you're not going to be doing them while you're doing the activity.
So you could be doing this halfway through a golf round.
Yeah.
After a night.
So basically when I started, if I was playing my holes, well, okay, so recently I've been starting off badly. First 4 holes badly, and then once I get going, I almost go even powerful.
And that's probably because your core is warming up during those.
Right, so if I can get my core, and we should test this, if I can get it activated before we go, I should in theory start my first 5 holes better.
Yeah.
Then by about 6 or 8, do it again, so I can maintain the last 9 holes.
Once you've done it, you shouldn't have to do it again during that session. Yeah, you shouldn't.
Primed.